Don't get me wrong. When you think of a show that only got one season due to poor ratings, you automatically assume that the show had to have some reason as to why it just wasn't as successful as people hoped. What caused such a promising ABC family show to what some would say flop? Twisted centers around Danny Desai, who is played by Avin Jokia, star of Victorious. Danny is a 16-year-old alleged sociopath and murderer who reconnects with his two childhood best friends, Joe Masterson and Lacey Porter, when he returns to his hometown of Green Grove to attend high school. However, once he arrives, he finds himself the prime suspect when a fellow student, Regina Crane, is murdered. Twisted originally premiered on March 19, 2013 and received an estimated total of 1.19 million viewers. Now, the first mistake of many sets in when they go radio silent on the show and don't say a word until June 11th later that year and premiere the pilot episode once again, and respectively received 1.61 million viewers, more than the first time. But making this move, it felt very watered down about the anticipation of this series. Episode 2 of this series was released a week later, pulling in 1.80 million viewers, which was amazing to see at first. A show could only hope that the ratings will go up by each episode, obviously not down. Twisted was a series that jumped from week to week during its run. In the beginning, it would one week be, say, flopping, per se, but then the next week it would draw in a lot more viewers than the week before. But sadly, by the time it came around to the second half of season 1, viewers seemed to really lose interest, as ratings definitely shown. At the time, Pretty Little Liars was going very strong, about to start its 4th season. Their shows were targeted at the same demographic, and Pretty Little Liars was definitely dominating. I even remember at the time of Twisted's run how hardcore Pretty Little Liars fans would hate on Twisted for being a copy, per se. When Twisted returned for its second half of the season, it did seem to have very strong writing changes and felt like it was shifting away from the interesting plot that got everyone's attention and more about a love triangle, taking away from the mystery aspect that many people, including myself, really enjoyed about the show. A lot of fans of Twisted at the time felt like the show really began catering to one of the main stars of the show, Jo, and while I personally think she was a very strongly developed character, especially as time went on, she wasn't as much as a fan favorite to the true fans of Twisted, despite the writers trying so hard for just that. Now, I'm not saying Jo isn't an excellent character in many people's eyes. Of course, it's all a matter of opinion, but I felt like as though I should throw that in there. In the end, what it comes down to is it lost its steam once the premise was lost. Despite that, I do think it was an excellent show, truly one of the best flops in teen drama history, in my rightful opinion, of course. We can only hope and pray one day that a network will pick this up. Thank you for watching. Signing out.